Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my fourth installment of Intro to AHK. Got a few cool things to cover in this one that I've seen a lot of people on forums and whatnot kind of asking these questions quite a bit, so I figured I'd kind of throw some random ones in this video that I see asked a lot. So let's jump into the code. So first one I want to talk about is just a string split. So at the very top here on the first line that I got highlighted, I have my variable, just called it mystring equals, and that can obviously be called whatever works for you. And then I just got this, phrase that I put there. Hey there, let's get pizza, okay, broman. But you'll notice I have a bunch of exclamation points in there. I want to split this string up by exclamation points. So that's what this line's going to do here. String split, comma, word array, comma, mystring, comma, and explanation. So string split is just what it's going to be doing. I want all that data to be stored into word array, which just means that it's going to basically do word array starting with 0. So arrays always start in 0. It's always a good thing to know. If you try something out like this and you're getting the wrong answer, sometimes you just might need to move down 1. So instead of 4, maybe you need to switch this to 3. And it's automatically going to add those numbers at the end there for you. Mystring, which is where I'm pulling the information from. I've done some videos on INI files, so if you don't want this copied in your script, you can have it pull from a text file, an INI file, or you can add a copy and paste thing, which I'll actually kind of show you something like that here a little bit. And I want to split by the explanation point. This can be anything. I can also a lot of times do this is a space, a_ space, and that's a built-in variable to AHK, and that would just split every single time a space is detected. And then I just want to display my results here. So I'm going to do word array 0 and 4. So in AutoHotkeys, 0 is going to actually be a number of how many times this word array is being used. So the first one should be 5, because then it's going to go here for word array 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I should get broman there for the fourth one. So let's go ahead and just run that. I'm not using a hotkey in this one. I've always done those in my videos, but I just want this to run automatically when I pop it up. So double click, and right away we get our results. There's that 5, meaning that there are 5 instances of word array, and then broman. So that's pretty much it for a string split. Pretty useful for sorting data and stuff like I do a lot at work. I'll have a ton of data and I need each sentence broken down, so instead of an exclamation point, I'll use a period. Another thing to actually think about is after this comma, you can add another field here where it's maybe like the letter L. And what that will do is when it goes through here and it spits out the data, so if I did word array 2 for my result, that L would be excluded. But I don't use those very often, so if you want to know more about those, let me know. I can do that up on a follow video or answer any comments. The next thing I want to do, this gets asked a lot actually, especially for people playing video games. I know this is pretty popular in like World of Warcraft and some other games where people just want maybe like a run. I want to auto run. I want to push a button and have it run for me, or I need it to push 2 buttons at the same time. The way you do that, there's actually a few different ways to do this, but I'm doing this way because I think it breaks down a lot easier. So if you want to learn more about maybe some cleaner code this way, you definitely can look that stuff up. But I'm just doing it this way to really show you all the different states that you can have in here. So I'm going to push F8, and I want to hold it down. And as long as I'm holding it down, instead of F8, I want it to actually push F9. And then when I'm done, I want it to go back up. So I'm just going to create a loop. That way it's constantly checking if GetKeyState state F8 is down. So if state equals D for down, I want it to form this action, which is just going to send F9 down. If not, meaning that I've released that key, I want it to go ahead and send F9 up. And then break the loop, obviously. And then we'll just have a message box for your guys' viewing experience that just lets me know that it did complete that action. So I'm going to go ahead and run that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and press F8. So I'm currently pressing F8. Unfortunately, you can't really see my keyboard to see what's going on. But as of right now, because I'm pushing F8, that also means F9 is down. Now I'm going to go ahead and release it, and it's going to run that else instead. And there we go. F9 up, and the loop has been broken. So it broke right there. Now you can obviously, if you just want to have it like a send for anything, it can be like a letter. It doesn't have to be a function key. It can be whatever you want. Have the period always down. So you can definitely play around with that to fit the game you're playing. Cool. So, what do we got next? Sorry, I have to remind myself here what I'm doing. So, for this one, I want to be able to sort. So this is going to be the sort command, which you see here on line 7. And that's basically just going to take any information that I put into the clipboard, and it's going to sort it alphabetically. So the first thing I want to do, I want to clear out my keyboard. Then I want to send Control-C, which is just the keyboard shortcut on most computers for copy. Wait just like a split second. If ErrorLevel, meaning I didn't actually copy anything, I didn't highlight any text, don't do anything because there's no text, there's no point in doing the other steps. But if I did highlight something and it did grab it into the clipboard, it's then going to sort, and it's going to sort my variable. You don't have to use the clipboard. You could use, once again, an INI file that you're grabbing from, or a text file, what have you. But I'm going to use the clipboard just because that's easier viewing for you guys. Then I want to message that it did it, but then I also want it to paste it and replace that text in order. So let me show you that so you can better understand that. I've got a notepad here. So I just put some random names in here, and as you can see right now, they're not in alphabetical order. Let me zoom in there a little better. So I want to sort all this information. So I'm just going to go ahead, highlight all that, and F1. I'm going to push F1. Probably helps if I run the program. F1 again. There it is in order. And now it's going to replace all that when I push OK. And there we go. Now it's all in order for me. This can be done not just with doing it alphabetized. If you're using numbers, you can sort by numbers. A whole bunch of different stuff on that. I'll post some of that information for you guys. And the last one, it's a little bit harder to show, but this is also a great way to send two keys at the same time. It's just a simple send D down, then it's going to push W, so it just sent D and W at the exact same time, and then it's going to just make sure you put that D back up. You can do it this way if you want to add maybe a sleep. Maybe you want it to press those two keys for 2 seconds. Obviously this is milliseconds, so 1,000 milliseconds for every second. So you could do that. So then this is just going to push D and W at the same time for 2 seconds, and then it's going to release everything. So you can play with this, you can do D down, D up, W up, what have you. If you just want to do a simple line, you also can put all this onto one line. I just broke it down that way to show you it step by step. So this would work also with being able to press a string of keys in different ways. Cool. If you guys have any questions about any of these 4 scripts I kind of just showed you, definitely let me know in the comments below. I would love to expand on anything, or if there's anything you're specifically looking for, always let me know. I try to get my user feedback. Usually I'm on Reddit, That's where I really find a lot of the information that I see that's commonly being asked. So I try to always kind of do the stuff in the most common order that I feel like people would find useful. Definitely subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and I will see you on another video. Peace.